Okay, in this video I just want to explain the process of crossing over. Okay, what is this crossing over that I'm talking about? All right, well, it's something that happens during meiosis, and it happens during metaphase 1. And metaphase 1 is where my homologous pairs line up in the middle. So they line up in their pairs, okay? Crossing over is literally when these pairs of homologous chromosomes cross over each other. So they actually cross over each other like this. Okay, I might just redraw that. So what happens is they get so close to each other that they cross over, and we get an exchange of genetic material. So they literally swap genetic material. So bits of this one swap over, bits of that one swap over. So for example, if this was all blue, what happens is after crossing over, this one might have bits of blue in it. Okay, little segments have crossed over, and this one would have gained bits of black. So they've kind of just swapped material, all right? So basically what this is, because a cell at the beginning, one of my chromosomes is from mum, so it's called the maternal chromosome, and one of my chromosomes is from dad, because when the sperm and the egg meet, we get one from each. Basically, this is like a recombination of genetic material between my mum and dad. So it leads to variation in my gametes. So each of my gametes are going to be slightly different to one another, and this is what leads to variation in offspring, so children. So this whole process of crossing over explains why siblings are different, because we get this recombination of genetic material. So each of my eggs are slightly different to one another, and so that's why none of the offspring that a woman has are the same. So crossing over occurs in males as well, so it leads to variation in sperm and eggs, which leads to variation in offspring. Okay, so it's why siblings are all different, even though they've got the same mum and dad. Okay, so basically crossing over, homologous chromosomes get so close together, they exchange genetic material. This leads to a variation in gametes, so genetic variation in gametes. All the gametes have a different combination of genes, and so this leads to a variation in offspring. So that's why you might look very different to your sister and might have different traits to your sister. So once again, crossing over leads to variation in sperm and eggs, which leads to variation in offspring.